I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening and how these men are able to get away with it? Also, like, how can we stop this? It's out of control, and it's getting to a point where it needs to be stopped.
American women say men go to foreign countries because they're trying to look for poor women who will submit to them. Write them up, because we do not submit to men who have nothing. To judge passport bros, then you should consider that your argument is not valid and your misconception on foreign women is demeaning. Still, successful women in foreign countries, they submit to their husband, they're feminine, and they're traditional. But if these women have better education than Western women, guess what? They're educated, they have careers, and they're still feminine, traditional, and value men to lead the relationship. Not feminists. How many women in the US are single mothers and live off the government and struggle? A lot, right? A lot of uneducated, poor women in America too. So that argument is invalid. One thing I've noticed is women who ask for the most usually have the least to offer. If you're a woman and you think men go to foreign countries because they think foreign women don't know wiser, who's really the uneducated one? Consider Western culture as their problem, not the women being uneducated or poor, and that's why they submit.
It's crazy how quick some women are to call foreign women poor just because men prefer them. Maybe the issue ain't the country men travel to. Maybe the issue is the attitude they trying to escape. Sometimes the loudest critics are the ones men stop choosing first.
Hey, passport bros, help me understand your logic here, because I really don't get it. So you complain about American women, how they're of no value, they're just after you for your money, they just seem like too much work to get, not feminine enough or submissive enough. Your solution is to pack up all the things you know, leave all the people you love, move to a country you're not familiar with, to a place where their language might not be your own, in a new culture, to maybe meet a woman that will be very obviously into you because of your money. How is this, it just seems like a lot of work. If working to get a woman is the thing you're trying to avoid, that just seems like a lot. So I don't know if you guys follow the Reddit account of Passport Bros. I do. It seems like almost every post is about how it doesn't actually work. Women in these countries, they're going to use you for your money, but then have a more connection with the men that actually speak their language, men that are actually within their culture. They're just laughing behind your back because they know that they're just using you for your wallet, the thing you were trying to avoid by leaving America to begin with. Make it make sense.
The funniest part is how she keeps saying make it make sense while proving she don't understand the assignment at all. Men ain't traveling to avoid work, they traveling to avoid nonsense. Huge difference she somehow walked right past like it wasn't even there.
I've been seeing a lot of these Passport Bros video going around where American women are getting kind of upset that men are leaving America to find their woman. They go to places where women speak a little English, no education whatsoever. However, that's not the reason. The reason why men do that is because the women out there are loving, caring, nourishing, feminine, and the food top notch. So it's like essentially what a man want. I'm Chinese, I'm from Hong Kong. We do shit on men a lot. We are bossy. However, we do been praising them when they're being an excellent man. Versus, I've seen a lot of women in America, they will be like, as he should. You see the difference? Like, that's just very ungrateful. Men are really easy to please. Just give him his time and space. Be his peace of mind instead of a headache when he come home. Respect him. Appreciate him. Let him lead. Trust him. Believe in him. I'm very traditional, and maybe some women are not like that and they don't like that, which is fine. Do whatever that works well for you. And what I've been doing has been working very, very well for me. That's why I'm just, sharing a little secret. It's so simple, but it seems like a lot of women don't understand that. Don't get me wrong, you can be an excellent woman and once in a while you still run into some assholes, right? So, again, go where you're respected. If it's not working out, leave and go where you're respected. And keep doing you. Be a good woman. You will find a man, for sure.
Listen, when the overseas woman starts explaining American women to American women, that's when you know the game is cooked. She ain't even throwing shots. She just talking like somebody who actually likes men, which is a rare currency these days. And the crazy part is, everything she said was basic, but basic done disappeared from the dating market over here.
Passport bros phenomenon. If you don't know, passport bro is a black man who's decided that dating black women in America is too hard for him, so he needs to go out of the country and take his business elsewhere because the women here are taking advantage of him and we ain't worth nothing no way. So he's got to go get it elsewhere. The problem is not that you don't want to spend money on women, it's that you don't have enough money, which is what we have been saying all along.
The wildest part about all this isn't even that dudes are getting passports. It's how loud the reaction gets every time they quietly leave. It's like the moment a man stops begging for attention, the entire internet starts acting like he committed some emotional felony by choosing peace instead. And I'm sitting here thinking, when did grown adults get so offended by somebody simply going where they feel appreciated more consistently without constant negotiation? You would think these dudes were burning flags or abandoning their families, when half of them are literally just trying to find a softer life. But the outrage tells you something deeper, something nobody really wants to say out loud because it hits a nerve that's been vibrating for years now. There's this panic in the air, man. Not the loud kind, but that quiet, shaky panic people get when the thing they assumed was guaranteed stops showing up. And I don't mean men disappearing like some mass exodus, because that's not really happening. It's more like men finally recognizing they actually have options too. It's funny how the world treats options like they're only empowering when one side gets them. But suddenly, self-improvement becomes betrayal when men play the same game. I hear these women online screaming about how passport bros are dusty, broke, lame, bottom of the barrel, all that anger dressed up as confidence. But if these dudes were really so undesirable, wouldn't their departure be a blessing? Wouldn't the timeline be quieter instead of throwing digital fireworks every week? It kind of reminds me of when someone says they don't care but keeps bringing the same person up every single day, like a broken emotional algorithm. There's something painful underneath that noise, something almost sad, because people who are truly indifferent don't make reaction videos about strangers boarding planes. You know what it feels like? It feels like that moment when the roles switch, and now the attention economy suddenly has a supply shortage. For years, men were told to try harder, level up, compete, prove yourself, be chosen, and now those same men are choosing themselves instead. And that choice hits different when you grew up believing you would always be the one deciding, never the one being quietly walked past. I think that's what stings the most, not the men leaving, but the realization that the power dynamic wasn't as guaranteed as people assumed. It's wild watching both sides spin narratives to protect their pride when deep down, everyone's just afraid of ending up emotionally invisible out here. Because it's rough out here, man. Dating feels like a giant clearance sale where nobody wants to admit they should have appreciated the full-priced item sooner. And when guys leave the country, even temporarily, it exposes something uncomfortable. The fact that American dating has become competitive in ways nobody prepared for. A lot of men aren't even chasing foreign women for exotic reasons. They're chasing environments where basic affection doesn't feel like a reward you must earn monthly. Women online scream, "He just wants someone submissive." But half these dudes just want someone who doesn't treat intimacy like a contract negotiation every week. It's not about dominance. It's about not feeling like you're auditioning for a role in someone's curated lifestyle montage every time you show interest. Meanwhile, American women are frustrated because they feel abandoned, overlooked, disrespected, or judged for being confident and independent, which is completely understandable too. Nobody wants to feel like their entire culture is being compared to someone else's highlight reel, especially when dating already feels like a competitive sport. But the thing is, both sides are hurting, and both sides are pretending the other one is crazy because admitting vulnerability feels like losing ground in this war.
Everyone's acting like they got it figured out, while under the surface, everybody is just scared of giving too much and getting too little back. You can hear it when women rant online. It's not just anger, it's fear of not being chosen in a world where choice feels scarce. You can see it in the men too, packing their bags like soldiers deserting a battlefield, hoping the next place feels less emotionally dangerous. But nobody wants to admit that, because it's easier to mock the dudes with backpacks than ask why they felt the need to board that flight. And it's easier to call the women bitter than acknowledge the insecurity that bubbles up when someone who once begged for your attention walks away quietly. It's all pride, man. Layered pride, stacked up like armor that keeps everybody safe and lonely at the same time. What really blows my mind is how social media turned dating into this global marketplace where everyone compares themselves to everyone else constantly. So when men leave, it feels like a personal rejection to some women, even though most of these dudes aren't leaving them, just the system itself. And when women mock the passport bros, it feels like men are finally hearing the echoes of years of jokes about their height, salary, and emotional availability. Everybody's reacting to old wounds that never healed, poking at each other like kids fighting over toys they don't even really want anymore. It's sad, man, because somewhere beneath the noise, you can tell everyone just wants connection without feeling like they're losing a piece of themselves to get it. When a woman laughs at a passport bro, it's usually not about him. It's about feeling invisible while watching men chase something she thought she already had. And when a man declares he's done with American women forever, it's rarely true. He's just tired of feeling like love is a debt he can't repay. Both sides are exhausted, scrolling through highlight reels of people living better lives, comparing themselves until everything feels inadequate. These conversations get loud because loneliness is louder. And nobody wants to be the one who quietly admits they're afraid to die unseen. So people scream, deflect, mock, defend, and argue because admitting your own hurt is scarier than attacking someone else's choices. But at the end of the day, man, people don't get upset at what they don't secretly wish still cared about them. That's the part nobody wants to say aloud. The anger means the connection still mattered, even if it wasn't working anymore. And maybe that's the real heartbreak of it all. The thing buried beneath the jokes, the memes, the rants, and the passport flexing. Not that men are leaving, not that women are reacting, but that everyone is terrified of being forgotten in a world moving too fast. It's like watching two ships drift in opposite directions, both yelling, "I don't need you," while quietly hoping the other one might yell back. But nobody does. They just keep drifting. And the silence between them gets louder than any argument ever could. Because as crazy as this whole passport bro saga looks, it's really just a symptom of something bigger. People choosing escape over connection. And maybe the saddest part is realizing how normal that choice is starting to feel for everybody. Not better, not worse, just normal. A quiet reflection of a world where love feels like a luxury item and everybody's still trying to figure out the price.